Hey y'all, this wasn't scheduled or anything, but I am just popping in for a quick, brief chat, right quick. I've got other stuff to do today, but I just watched a video that I never thought I would actually sit through and watch from somebody on a different side of the community. And I want to kind of talk about it a little bit because, man, alive, the the amount of pure horror that I feel after watching this is incredible. Hey, Miss Lee. I didn't schedule this or anything, so I don't think anybody's going to really pop in. Was that Justice? Hello. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to pop in and tell you guys, I know this is going to sound weird. I'm going to highlight a channel that I doesn't even like me. They actually called me Katie Joy 3.0, which couldn't be further from the truth. But they're entitled to their opinions and their limited knowledge of me or who I am or anything of that nature. But I have to give credit where credit is due. And I have been very against, like, I don't watch videos from the other side, like the extremes, which I am very specific when I talk about them. There's like 3 of them that four of them, maybe 5 of them that I even know who they are. So the rest of this community, the extremes, the antis, anything like that, I really don't even know who they are. And actually, there's a few creators amongst the antis that I really like, that I watch all the time. But Recaps by Bobby just did a video breaking down KJ's cult experience. I sat with my mouth open. I know some of you guys are big KJ fans, and that's totally fine. But I couldn't have sat with more horror on my face watching that. There's a reason why I have never watched her, and it's because I know some of the people she reports on because of my own life experience. I sat listening to her in complete just what? But then I looked at the situation that happened with me even and how I got introduced to the whole mess. And I'm just like, oh, it's a long form video, y'all. But if you are intrigued by high control groups, backstories on things, I really encourage you to watch that because I don't even know what to say. I'm almost speechless. I watched the Recaps by Bobby video and I am literally speechless. I feel so disgusted. Maybe it's because I lived the stories that she's telling and you can just totally fucking see. I don't know. I encourage you guys to watch it. I normally don't encourage you guys to watch stuff like that, but there is such a striking difference between what actually happens in these situations versus somebody that's telling a story about something they are clueless about. Absolutely freaking anyways, I've got a lot to say about it. I don't know if he's a striker or not, so I don't want to use his video. Plus, it just got put up. So over the next couple days, I might decide if I want to use his video or if he'll reach out and ask him if he'd let me, because I think he highlights things in a way that's just to the point. That's one thing, even though he doesn't like me again, it's factual. It's not all this drama and the hatred of the person, it's the hatred of the behaviors. Like, he doesn't seem to have a personal vested thing with this. Incognita. Excuse me? Am I in a pecking order or some shit? I popped on here for 5 seconds. And I always go live around this time too. Anyways, silly. That's there's nothing about, I'm not disrespecting her at all. I'm not anything. Oh my gosh. How ridiculous could that be? Anyways, Recaps by Bobby just did a breakdown of KJP on some stuff. And now that's the one thing that I think people have always misunderstood is they thought that I aligned with her, that I liked her, that I've worked with her. That couldn't be further from the truth. That couldn't be further from such a misconception. That was the same assumption with uni. Everybody had this whole assumption thing that I had a relationship with these people. I don't even know these people. I specifically didn't watch their content because it's not anything I'm interested in. I don't like how she reports on the Browns. Again, that's a personal thing. I don't like how she reports on the Duggars. That's a personal thing. Plus, I don't watch that type of content. I don't want to. Anyways, but it's mind-blowing to actually sit back and see some of this stuff brought to light. Mind-blowing. And he does it in a way that's just to the point. Again, he calls me Katie 3.0. Totally fine. He can have his opinions. That shows, he doesn't really understand a lot of the pieces of over here. And they think that I lump them all together. If I have never named you, like he's getting named today because I'm giving him credit for an incredible video that opened my eyes. But, girl, oh, you can only imagine. I mean, we've had, I've talked about a lot of this stuff outwardly. So I sat here and I'm literally like, what the hell? I've never gone back and looked in her stuff because it's just not a factor in anything. We've always said like she had a role in the Marvon story too, the chaos that broke out there, but that train was already rolling way before she got involved. It was already started on Facebook. They just made everything worse. Her, Molly, everybody else. But yeah, there's a whole lot of questions that I have now. But talk about, anyways. Yeah. I just wanted to pop on and tell you guys, if you're curious on some of the reason why they dislike her, I encourage you to watch that video. If you're new like me and didn't know those things, I really encourage you. I limit any content from that side of things, but that just hit me in a different way today. And I'm like, what the frick are these people doing? Hey, y'all. I just popped in to tell people to go watch recaps by Bobby's video that he just did. Like, maybe it won't hit you guys the same way it did for me, but my eyes were just blown open. And for one side of things, like, I don't care if you did grow up, if you joined a cult, if you anything, these people are human beings at the end of the day. Like, I'm not an atheist, just so you guys know. I've always said that out front too. Oh, Tiddler, congrats. That's incredible. People are looking for a sense of belonging, and the way she talks about it is just so disrespectful. It just bothered me so bad. It's so bad because you can talk about this stuff and still understand that those people are human beings at the end of the day too. I don't know. Anyways, there's that. Petty White. I really enjoy his content. I don't have a clue who he is, where he came from, how it even popped up in my thing. I know he's not a fan of mine, which is totally fine. But that was eye-opening. That was really eye-opening. And again, it's because I don't watch her content. That has never been a thing that I've done. And I think that's where people get lost in the sauce too. They think there's this relationship or anything. Couldn't be further from the truth. And the Catholic Church, oh, honey dear, like, man, this woman. There's so much I could say right now, and I'm just holding back. I'm holding back. But Tiddler, that's amazing. Trio, that was great. And I think, again, I said this in the beginning, but I think it's the way he lays out his content to me that's so much easier to digest. Plus, I've never watched any of the others because there's such a personal history for all of them that never makes sense. So I don't know if he has a personal history over there too or not. Not my concern, not my care. But he doesn't come across as just pure hatred, like personal hatred. It seems to stick to the facts of what's actually gone on. So maybe that's why I like it so much better. But again, very informative video. I don't normally do this, but I feel like it's very important because I see some of the hatred that comes towards me too off of this. Petty, is that an account on YouTube or is that a Twitter? I get so confused because I don't Twitter or anything like that. And I don't follow any of them, but I just have to give credit where credit is due. And that's who she got involved with that because she was looking for a sense of belonging and somebody to pay her bills. It sounds like more to me. Anyways, I could go into a lot. but I'm going to be respectful because that's not my content. But wow. Wow. Oh, Tiddler, I'm so happy for you. Elle, I really enjoyed that video. Anyways, I'm going to pop off now. I just wanted to give a shout out because I've never sat through a premiere of one of anybody from that other side. Never. This is the first time I've ever watched a premiere of anybody from that side. I don't watch any of them because the personal attack started so intensely from just a small group of them. And then they've somehow branched out and included all these other people that I don't even know who they are. The channel is called Recaps by Bobby. He did a breakdown of KJ's cult experience and some of the history there that I was just, what? And whoever Suzanne is in the video, oh my goodness. She seems very articulate too. Again, I don't know who she is or if she's a creator or not, but he shouted her out in the video and it's just crazy. Yes, PG, totally different. Hey, Trap Mafia. Anyways, I encourage you guys to go watch it if you're interested in any of that. I know some of you have been confused like me. I know he called me Katie and Katie 3.0 in his video. Totally fine again. Just couldn't be further from even the truth of things. And I have debated like so many times showing some things, but at the end of the day, it's pointless. Like I'm not a fan of hers. I'm not a fan of Molly's. Like there's the gray area that you can see them both for what they are. But I'm not going to do content on her. There's enough channels that do content on her, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due. And I see the cringe. I see the cringe. Susanna is a creator on YouTube. She worked for Pathos with Katie, lives in Costa Rica. Oh, yeah, Ellie, it sounded like she has quite the experience herself too. See, mine, like, I took it so disrespectful. So fucking disrespectful because I wish I was never like had the experiences that I did. Like it seems like she wants to be a part of all of these controversial things and inserts herself. And somehow the stories, she becomes a part of the stories instead of just reporting on the stories. She has to insert herself personally and have a personal experience to connect with. And I find that to be cringe. I have a ton of religious trauma for a fucking reason. And it's something that I struggle with still today. Yes, Elle. I honestly, I mind blown myself of how I feel right now. And I'm still like trying to process it. But Recaps by Bobby, you got me with that one. Thank you so much for once again showing history, factual history. I hope you understand. If you ever have a question or want to have a chat with me and ask me straightforward, I'm open to it with you. I've never had or encouraged chats with any of the extremes because it came out as an instant attack because I wouldn't condone the narrative that was being pushed. Still won't. The facts can't change, but I will acknowledge when somebody is spot on about shit. And that was good. Yeah. Yes, PG. Yep, absolutely. Kathy P, you would like it. Yeah. Who's SL? L. Hold on. My door for some reason is locked and the kids trying to get in. I don't have my camera on, so they're not going to see it. On. No,
Well, I'll sit in your spot. And
you can show it later. If there's nobody
it's
here.
Negative.
Oh, good. Yeah, Kara, it is very real. Like I have suffered with religious trauma my entire. Oh, Sophie Long. I don't know anything about that. I've heard people talk about that, but I don't know anything about that. I don't plan it. This is not me diving down that hole. This is me giving credit where credit is due. Please go watch Recaps by Bobby, the latest video, if you're into that stuff, because that's not how most of us experiences are articulated. That's not even close. I wish I would have had a choice. Like, man, that got me fired up. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, Kara, it's part of who I am, though. And it's part of my passion. But now I see, like, I think they expected that I knew all of these things or that I watched her or that I knew. I think there was this assumed understanding of who she is and what she does. No, none at all. new, completely strangers starting from square zero. And I was so focused on just the details. And she wasn't even providing facts really in this story. So, non factor again, like she created the mess, helped create it. I don't know. Yeah, Trio, I see that. I can see that though, because it discounts all these people with real experiences. And then she reports on people like the Duggars and stuff. And you don't even understand what these people, and I'm not a fan of them, but there's human beings and there's a lot of problems behind all of that too. I don't know. Crazy. I can't believe how much her and Uni are alike, to be honest. Yeah, PG, I can see that. Okay. Anyways, I'm hopping off. I just wanted to say that I don't need to, butt in on somebody else's time. I guess the internet's so big that we're not supposed to
Are you gonna be alive
talk one another. Yeah, I'm gonna probably come up with after a
so
while.
I could show my glasses.
Poor sis she's left the urgent care again. She's been sick for 5 weeks straight. Anyways, I encourage you guys again, go watch recaps by Bobby if you're interested in that stuff. That was eye-opening for me. And Bobby, shout out to you. Thank you for providing facts. You can call me Katie 3.0 if you would really like to. One day, hopefully you will have your eyes opened that that's not the case. But craziness. I hope you guys have a great day. I will probably see you this afternoon. Have a great Friday. It's finally Friday, y'all. Go outside, touch some grass. Trio, I would love to have a conversation with you too. If you're ever interested, because you seem to be very middle of the road and understand the history of all of it too a little bit. So I just feel like the more we get away from that insanity, the more my eyes are being opened. And it's like, oh. And now I'm also seeing, now I see some of the reason why the assumptions were the way they were, because this is how she moves. And again, like she messaged me, I think July. And then the last time I ever heard anything from her was October. Like there's just no relationship there. None. But again, craziness. Oh yeah, don't go outside. Don't go outside, Marcy. All right, I'm out. Oh, she's just been fighting that for a long time. Okay. See you guys later. Bye-bye.